Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm grateful to be here with you always. And thank you new and returning clients, viewers, excuse me. See this outfit? When you see this outfit and about 2 or 3 others, you know I'm working as a massage therapist that day. In fact, I'm in between and grateful to be able to come and do the readings so that before I go back out again. But yes, as a massage therapist, I have clients, but you are viewers. You are like-minded, amazing spiritual seekers and curious as I am and will continue to be my whole life. So I really appreciate you for being here. Now, today we're doing the Sun Sign Love Connection readings I do every day, unless something comes up out of my control. And today's featured sign is Gemini, which is really beautiful, Gemini, because well, I'm a fellow air sign as well, but every time I think of you and want to read for you, I get excited because you have that kind of energy. You're an air sign, you're a mind mercurial, Mercury ruled sign. So there's a lot going on up here, let me tell you. That's how you motivate, that's how you create. And you are very creative, but you're also notoriously known as the, archetype of teacher. You're great at teaching, people listen, you have a lot to say, you know a lot on many different topics, and you want to express yourself and you want to be heard and you want to motivate and have people work with you and understand what it is you're trying to express. And that can be in all different forms. So it's interesting because we do have the moon in your sign today. So you've got the moon, which is your deepest internal and, the part of your soul that matters to you, how you feel, how you react, things that are very, very deeply important to you that maybe aren't necessarily seen in the exterior part, but people who know and love you, they know that about you. And so we're all getting affected by your beautiful energy today with the moon having your sign in it. And then we have Mars in your sign too, and that's till about the 23rd of April. So there's a lot of energy, a lot of fiery, kind of passionate, this is what I want, I'm going to go for it, nothing's going to stop me. And that's you anyway, so it's just kind of like on steroids now. So if you're noticing, Gemini, that you're even more energetic and maybe even, dare I say, on the borderline of anxiety kind of feeling, you're not alone, and there is a good reason, and it's really there to help motivate you and give you that energy that I think a lot of us kind of lost in the past year, that we're wanting to get back so badly. And then knowing that a simple tip, I like to do one tip at least per, video, is the incredible gift and blessing of breath. I mean, the vitality, excuse me, the vitality that we all have can be expressed even more so with our breath. It's a simple way to calm ourselves. It's a way to build up energy, whether it be through yoga breathing, just sitting and meditating in that deep breath that's going to help you to relax and to calm yourself. It's such and it's what keeps us alive, for heaven's sakes. But that's a real simple tip that I think maybe seems silly to you, but honestly, a lot of times we forget to breathe. So do yourself a favor, okay? Because I'm feeling that energy too. I really am. And when I breathe, and I don't care where I am, and especially with my clients, I ask them to breathe because you can bring in the oxygen. It definitely helps you to relax if you're feeling a little more tightness or stress in certain areas. But it's beautiful. So that's just something that I think a lot of you might be feeling right now more than usual. And the new moon is, oh my gosh, it was so powerful with the Aries energy, right? And the beginnings and the initiator, the leader, the pioneer that wants us to just get out there and do it. Don't think about it too much, Gemini. That's the whole thing about air signs. Sometimes it's a little much than we can handle, right? Going from our heads a lot of times to our heart is a really important thing to remember as well. That helps to kind of stop that, ruminating of things and ideas and that come in so strong and heavily for Gemini in particular with the Mercury. Like I said, Mercury rules all moving things. So transportation, things that are moving, our minds, and the ability to talk and to connect with other people is huge with you, especially not having been able to do it. And it's coming back. So you're just like, I don't even know where to start. There's so much I want to do, right? You're super excited and super blessed. And that new moon will last for upwards of 6 months. and it affects all of us. So, the whole thing about astrology is it's what you choose to do with it. It is free will for sure. But when you feel these feelings, a lot of times, I feel like it's super helpful to know why sometimes, and that you're not alone maybe, and that there's ways to utilize it in your favor. And that's the best part that I love about astrology or numerology and the different various things. The other thing is to make sure, that you're getting your rest and a lot of necessary things that are simple, like hydration and stuff, for the extra energy that's happening you might be burning off. Not a doctor, never claimed to be a massage therapist, but not a doctor, just saying, go to one if you're feeling like, this feels a little off or something. This is the time to do it. But the new information can come through. And when we're in Aquarian predominance, like we are with Jupiter and Saturn the whole year, and then onward with Jupiter, but in Aquarius, your fellow air sign, I mean, Uranus is the planet that rules Aquarius, and that's about technology and medicine and all these beautiful things that can just, we think, come out of nowhere, but of course they've been worked on for years. The last huge thing, right, the World Wide Web in 95 was a predominance of Aquarian at that point too, and look what happened. And nobody thought it would ever get to where it has. So what I'm feeling for you specifically, Gemini, is I am feeling that there's going to be, and has been, I would say since last year with the series that started last year of Gemini and Sagittarius eclipses. So there you go. The change, the interest in expanding yourself in some way that has to do with being able to communicate, to teach, certainly with technology, online, blogs, vlogs, YouTube, being seen, being heard, feeling confident with this Aries energy, right? To start something new. All signals are about new and refreshing, and how we were forced, I guess, to be seen or to see that sometimes we had this amazing idea in mind and then it was just stopped in our tracks, right? Because of the shutdowns and stuff last year and so forth. And that's Uranus as well. That's the ruling planet of Aquarius. It's unexpected changes and unpredictable surprises that come out of nowhere that a lot of time can be phenomenal, right? And a lot of times they're there to absolutely show us, okay, you got a good preview. Now you know how to set yourself up or your ideas and your new inspirations in such a way that it will work with these possible unexpected events and current things that happen in life, because that is life. And to evolve like that, well, that's what you thrive on, I mean, you're so fun and you're a mutable sign. You love to adapt and to change and to explore and to be adventurous. You're extremely independent, but you also love relationships. You love fairness and justice, and you have a heart of gold, and you may be absent-minded, and you might forget to call somebody because you have so many people in mind and so many people you want to reach and touch. It's never in a malice way. And you have a duality of personality. You could be outgoing one moment and maybe not so much the next. To know you is to absolutely love you, though, Gemini. I've had many Geminis in my life, and I'm always inspired. They make me laugh very, very much, and you have a lot to share with the world. So let's pick your highlighted connection that Spirit would like you to hear about. This highlighted connection could be a person, but it could be a situation or an idea, as I mentioned. And I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what's happening. Somebody may not be able to speak their mind, which is so important, like I said, as I'm mentioning what the energies are happening. Not sure what that's about, but we'll continue on nevertheless. And so if it's not a person that you're interested or connected with in some love form right now, it could be the time frame or somebody that has the energies of. So let's see what it is for you, because Spirit knows what they're talking about. And okay, I just did Cancer yesterday, so I don't do two highlights of the same in a row, just to be fair. Let's see what else we have that's something to consider though. Okay, something maybe in the summertime, something that could occur from what you're thinking, what you're developing right now. And then there's Gemini. So Gemini and Gemini, I mean, that is absolutely a possibility. And I actually want to go with it. I really do, because there's so many Gemini and Gemini combinations I've seen. You know, the same signs, because you fully get each other and you have so much to talk about and you're so creative and you continually just grow and you travel and you have fun and you just literally get there's nobody that gets you more than your own sign. You know, even though I will say there could be a lot of differences within the same sign depending on your personal natal chart. But I'm sticking with this because we also have the next Gemini eclipse, which is happening at the end of, well, it'll happen in June because the end of May is going to be the Sagittarian. So it's, like I said, it happens in series. Some very, very life-altering, extremely positive and powerful changes and initiations are happening with you. And it's okay if you've been with this other Gemini for years, because there's always new things to find out about other people and the relationships we're in, and new places to go and to learn and to explore. And it's very interesting that you would get this, because I feel like that's what it's all about right now. You don't want to be tied down. Mind you, we have, like I said, Aquarius energy that has the Jupiter. Once every 12 years, we have Jupiter in our sign, and it's in Aquarius right now. This is extremely positive for you. Jupiter is about expansion and growth and opportunities. So it's a good angle, or, you know, it's a good harmonious trine to you is how they would word that in astrology. And then you have Saturn at the same time, and that's going to continue, like I said. So it's a constant, not battle, but just kind of constant, you know, balance between freedom and self-expression and rebellious, you know, I'm not going to be tied down. I'm going to do things the way I want to, start my own business, be my own boss. And the structure of Saturn saying, you will constrict yourself, you will stay focused, you will stay on that path, because if you're wanting a new idea about how to evolve as far as technology, a new software, you want to take a course, it's usually a good year or two, maybe more, and that's about how long that Saturn stays in each sign. And it's a blessing. It's just there to help motivate you and keep you on track, right? So it's not like you're not going to have fun. For heaven's sake, you'll find fun regardless of what's going on in the planets, okay? But it will keep you from veering too far off. And you're going to be so grateful, because when those 2 years, maybe 2.5 go by, you get this beautiful gift at the end. That's what Saturn does, you know, for staying on track and to really just put one foot in front of the other and have fun, but just being balanced. So I'm going to read to you what basically the 3 category for this Gemini combination is. Haven't done the same sign in a while, but I like it because really there's 2 of you, you know what I mean? When it's the Gemini twins. So yeah, that's interesting. You may know other Geminis and you may have a lot of them in your circle. Or you may have someone that's Gemini that's going to be very instrumental in something really, really important that we're speaking of. And if you are not a subscriber, I would love you to just subscribe and like if you have any, you know, resonance to this at all. And also you can definitely comment when you subscribe. It's free. It's just really super supportive for my channel. And if you already have, I thank you very much, and I appreciate you coming back always, because this is what I love. It's a passion I've done for so many years, and it just really motivates me to share the messages. And I have my spirit guides that help me. Of course, I go by the symbolisms, but I'm just so happy to do it because I have been given such amazing, you know, guidance throughout my life that I feel like it's only fair to try to bring that to others. And to lift you up, right? We need that. I know I do. Any little thing I can do, if I smile or something, I wave to somebody, you know, hi, we're looking good, whatever. It's genuine and it's just so important. And I miss that. So your first category is always the overall energy that led you to this reading. And these are the mid-month readings. And today is March 16th, 2021. So, oh, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's so perfect. And what I was going to say is you can go back to the beginning of the month readings too for you and see if it's kind of the same storyline, if you will. You know, if it has the same narrative, as they say. And you have chalices. You have the 5 of chalices. So, wow. a lot of emotion, you know. I think a lot of us came into this year just like numb is one word that comes to mind. The chalices are emotions, they're the cups, you know. And it's funny because the first one I rolled for you was Cancer, and that's the emotions. And so let's face it, air signs are known for being this detached sign because they're all in their head and they're very strategic about how they go about things. They're mind focused, the masculine kind of versus feminine, which we have both dualities in us, is very straightforward and prominent. And they say you're able to detach yourself from your emotions so that you can do your best job. You certainly have them, but you don't want to let them get in the way of your progress or your ability to reach to others and help others, and, you know, not color the situation with your emotions. But nevertheless, and all the more, that's what's been happening. You're really feeling emotional. There's so many times I've felt emotional. And I do have one planet, I have 3 or 4 planets in water, forgive me. You might have that as well. You're right next to Cancer in the zodiac too. So there's always kind of that simpatico kind of, what do they call that? When you just kind of, just because you're nearby, you just take it on and you feel that. And it's a beautiful thing. It's also extremely intuitive. The waters, you know, are very receptive kind of energies, and the moon controls the tides, and that's huge. That's certainly the planets. Great evidence of their influence and their strength and the energies that they do, in fact, bring to this earth. And what I see here is just really standing strong about knowing there have been losses, there have been difficulties. There are many of us that are grieving for losses. And my heart goes out to you because I understand that. I have absolutely been a part of that. And, you know, there's a part that just says that's everyone has their path, and I can cry and I can grieve in my own way for as long or short a time as I choose, because that's absolutely how it has to be. No one else can predict or say that for you. But you also truly, truly want to move forward. And look at this beautiful, I see it as a dove, the peace you want to find within, to let go of that, you know, and to recognize, yes, I will always be fond and love and hold in my heart these people, these circumstances, things I had to say goodbye to. But I have so much right in front of me, so much that I am grateful for, so much that I feel I can share with life and create and, you know, express as far as my emotions. So yeah, here's the picture. It's really beautiful. I want to say it's a full moon, and I'll tell you what, the full moon in Scorpio, which is actually the 26th, 27th, at the end of the month, it's a powerful one. There's no mistaking the power and intensity of a Scorpio. But it's also revealing. There will absolutely be truths that come to light. It's inevitable, and I feel like it's a great thing because that's how I choose to believe the truth is. For, you know, there's so many variances of truth, but I personally prefer to know things and to be told the truth rather than someone trying to save my feelings and all the other things that they claim come into that. I want the real deal. I want to know, and then I work from there and decide how I want to, you know, react or accept it and that sort of thing. And that will come through. And it might have something to do with some of these, you know, emotions that you've been feeling to this point, and the losses. You know, it's going to say, oh, okay, thank you. I had not seen that perspective. And my gosh, the moon does bring in the light on topics. So anything that was a little, you know, shaky, not on great foundation, it'll bring it to light. And then it's also about, you know, just value, your self-value. How do you feel? I mean, there's so many other things astrology-wise going on, but I try to keep that to a minimum. What I'm trying to say, though, is that I feel like, yes, you're still feeling some stuff. You're in your feelings about things, but you're also willing to move forward and realize I have so much that I'm going to use that I recognize as being blessings, and I'm going to share it with others. And the more you do for others and for others' highest good, it basically helps to heal you right off the bat. I'm being honest about that. I know for myself, when I'm feeling sad, if I can think about, oh, I can't wait to work on my client and other things, or my kitten or something, I instantly feel better. And that's the kind of person you are as well, Gemini. Geminis, the Gemini connection today. So yeah, it's really wonderful, and it's a very individual thing. So hold on and start those gratitude logs if you haven't. They're almost miraculous. I've been doing it for a lot of years because someone else introduced it to me, and now I hear a lot of people talking about it. I'm like, yep. I can honestly say I understand that, because it absolutely, you start the day with one or you end the day, you automatically start feeling better, because truthfully, I mean, all you have to do is turn into what are the documentaries I love on any kind of third world country, or the things and the way that things are going on in the world, that it's hard to even conceive. So yeah, lots of things to be blessed for. So forgive me for rambling on there. These are just coming through, and I speak as I feel. The second category is always the possible blessings or obstacles, as you move forward and onward with your love and your emotions. And you have, see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I can't see past my nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of Wands, boy. And you know what the 8 is? Yeah, it is this way. I was right the first time. 8 is abundance. 8 is manifestation to the fullest in the numerology. It is absolute blessings and fast-moving energy. When the Wands, it's fire. We're in Aries season for another few days. The new moon was Aries season. So, I mean, ideas are going to come in. You can handle that. You're a multitasker. I always suggest, like the symbology of the 7 of Cups, a lot of choices, a lot of options out there. Careful not to overdo them, okay? Because you'll get extremely tired, worn out, and you may not be able to achieve any of them. 1 or 2 is fine. The less energy on many, many things, and the more on directed, 1 or 2 things is going to get you a lot further. And there's the star on each one of these wands. What are the dreams and the wishes and the beliefs that you have, the spirit you have behind what you're doing and what you choose to, move forward with? Because you're leaving the emotion side of things. It's time. Everybody knows when it's time, and it's time. And this is going to get your mind off stuff anyway, because you're going to be out and about like you love to do. More and more people are getting out and about, literally too. But even if you're a homebody, you have ideas that need to be utilized. You're excited about it, and people want to hear them too. Believe me. Never underestimate that, because I, for one, listen to many wonderful speakers and spiritual, leaders that they have such insight, and I've been around and studied for a lot of years, and I'm still studying, because you can never learn enough. But there's those days that person says 1 or 2 things, and you're like, oh my God, it just changes everything. Good, beautiful energy, fast moving energy. That new moon has really affected you in a beautiful way, and it will, because air and fire, which is the Aries new moon, they're incredibly good together, very harmonious, very, very nice planetary energies for you, Gemini. And the final is the category of finances. And that is an energy. And it's something we all need. And I don't know, I'm just one of these people like, well, I don't want to ask for too much. I don't want to ask for whatever the heck you want and as much as you want, because there's no limit. And as long as we understand that. I mean, one of my favorite oracles is this beautiful Money and the Law of Attraction by Esther and Jerry Hicks. I mean, they've been around for many years, but it's all about energy. It's all about what we feel and what we put out there. Think anything you want and believe it and watch what happens, because there's so much more that we aren't aware of, or ways to make things happen. I'm going to ask for help any chance I get. So let's see what your beautiful message is, because it's looking really beautiful already for finances. And you have, okay, this has come up more than once as well. Interestingly enough, though, and so cool, is you have the seven of, this is absolutely amazing. The 7 of Swords. And I'll tell you why, because you've had fears and you've had worries and you've been having this, Mars energy that's almost too much. Fire, I'm combative because I'm not sure, and this energy is more than I even normally have, which can be great, but sometimes overwhelming. And it's about fooling yourself, or maybe thinking less than, and once again, self induced worries and concerns, okay? You don't need to feel that way. You don't need to concern yourself. You don't need to be feeling really, really sad if you can possibly help it. You're interested in new. You're interested in utilizing your gifts. You have so many gifts. You're incredibly talented. So you're taking these swords, you're getting away from the conversations and the delusions of things and the controversy, for heaven's sakes, and sorting it out for yourself, okay? You're going inward. You're definitely going inward. And like I said, this is the new moon showing you that's what you can do. Let go of your worries and everything. Trust in the co-creation. Trust in your higher power. Okay, you've been through this. You're an expert at communication and trying to convince and listening and educating yourself, but too much, okay? You don't want to be around that energy either. That's not helpful for you. So you're determined to sit for yourself, build your own wealth and just honest understanding of what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And you've got the beautiful powers with the new moon. I mean, that's the second, well, the full moon and the new moon. So the moons are very, well, they do have to do with emotions and they do have to do with our intuition. It's real clear. So, and Scorpio is very intuitive and very psychic. And they will share that with you. They will give you information. Ask what you need to know. How can I talk to the right people? What institutions are there to really help me with my finances, you know? And what's the best business that I can invest in? That's not going to necessarily break me right off the bat, but I can see through time and energy and patience. Patience is a huge word this time as we enter into Earth energy of Taurus, which is getting our hands dirty now. We got the idea going, and they're very much a money sign ruled by Venus. Venus is also the ruling planet of Libra. There's a lot of air energy and there's a lot to be spoken about and to be shared. And, you know, this knowledge is there for us with Aquarian energy. It's knowledge is power. And you're extremely good at sharing that. So, yeah, just be aware of what you're thinking, right? Because you're an air sign. You have a lot to think about a lot of times. It can trip you up, though. So I'm going to pick your rune because I've been doing that lately. One of my favorite oracles and divinations that provide such incredible wisdom. Make sure I shake it up though. I've gotten a lot of the repeats. I'm just going to make sure they're beautiful. Amethyst, which is all about removing toxic energies. Healing is huge on all forms. And I'm going to put it right here in this beautiful 8 of Wands for the fiery, quick, motivated, spirited energy that you're really interested in following. And it is the X. So I'll go to my little cheat sheet over here. I have not memorized these, but I hope at one day to be able to be someone who's memorized the runes, because I keep wanting to learn, right? It's all part of the energy of Aquarian and expanding yourself with Jupiter. In the back, the X is Gibo. So it's number 7, and there you go again with the 7. Now 7 can be a very lucky number, but it's also known in Tarot for being, excuse me, for the fact that we have fears and concerns, and of course we all do, but we can limit those, okay? And you just have to be very, very strong about that and meditate and really ask for guidance in how to do that. And those deep breaths will help that as well. So we're going to go in under the English language of Gibo, because there's several languages that this speaks of, which I love. And so, what did I say it was? 7. All right, so there's a word next to it. There's a time frame this is specifically about. I'll be darned. The time frame is between September 28th and October 13th. So Libra time, another air sign, a balance, a justice, fairness, something that's exactly what you're about. You know, air signs get each other. You're fundamentally the same with, you know, different variations on a theme, but the wands are going to direct you to where you go, and whatever's happening at that time is going to feel incredibly balanced. You've worked really hard. You're working towards that now as I speak. You know, you're getting rid of these fears and over emotions about things. It's being balanced out. There's more, you know, in your relationships, there's more lighthearted conversations, and there's more emphasis on compromise, which is It's essential in life, right? It's really important that you listen and hear people, that you understand their perspective. All of that comes under the umbrella of a Libra energy. So the words, though, for that time is response, hospitality, generosity, reward, winnings, fortune. A gift is reciprocated. Talent successfully applied. This is you. This is what you're going for. I feel it so strongly, Geminis. And okay, then they have the shadow, because there's always a shadow. That's what life is, yin and yang, right? Jupiter and Saturn. I mean, it's balancing it because of that, because they're so incredibly different, like oxymorons. But you have deterioration, poverty, and crises for those underserving a foretold betrayal. I don't want to get all into that. I've spoken about what it says, but I don't dwell on that. It's available at all times if you choose to, but that's not something we want to, focus on. And what you focus your energy on is what will expand. So enough said about that. I think it's beautiful. I think it's perfect to be on this beautiful 8, which is all about, like I said, abundance and prosperity. And we'll move on to the oracle messages for all of you beautiful Geminis and every one of your combinations of love and connections and attractions. It's all different forms. So love of self is essential. But this is the beautiful deck, the Starseed deck, and I just love it because it's relatively new, but it has some important messages, as we all are starseeds. We are all part of this vast, beautiful world. We are an integral part that's essential for its evolution, and just the fact that we are in fact all created. I mean, obviously created, but connected. And it's just this worldwide, matrix, as they say. It's just phenomenal. When you think of somebody and the next thing you know, they're calling you or something. That's the small example, but it's just over and over again, the synchronicities when we ask and we look for them. Yeah, we all have a very important part in this wonderful time. And it's been an interesting time at that. One that's never happened prior to our knowledge in our history books, right? And here we are. Such strength, So your beautiful message for today, beautiful Geminis, and every one of your relationships from the Oracle of the Starseed is the golden children. Inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. I get excited about that because I know a lot of our beliefs and our, programming is from our childhood, right? And it's just something that we, as children, we look at our parents and teachers at that point as gods, pretty much, right? And we believe everything, and we just trust everything, and it's innocent and it's gorgeous, and it's a little hard at times when you realize that, oh, that's not true, or that's maybe not my truth anymore, or you're realizing not everybody does that or feels that, or always staying in touch with that inner child, though, because that's what brought us here, and that was the part of us that imagined beyond all imagination, things that we really believed fully could happen. We had no limitations or doubts and fears, we just let it be. And you're incredibly imaginative. So yeah, just hold on to that. And treat yourself with loving, tender care. If in fact that was not happening as a child, it wasn't your fault, right? It's never your fault. But I love that. I have not picked that card before. Let me read to you what it says specifically. And they're in order, so T. The golden, those are the S's. Now, why would that be happening? Interesting. Let me go on a little further and see if there's something I'm missing, because it's usually the in order, and I'm not seeing it. I apologize. That's interesting. I won't take too much longer, but now I'm curious. The cosmic, the courage, the golden. Why would that be? Well, I'm not a quitter, that's for sure. So bear with me if you would, please. And we'll see if we can find this for you. It basically has more, just a few more words, and here we go. Never give up. Golden children, children of the sun, sun sign, our ego, our drive, the day that we're born, in our first house, our personality, our minds, our expression, how do we want to be perceived, and what are we interested in? Who do we want to connect with in life? Our highly advanced, extremely intelligent souls who are incarnating increasingly on planet Earth. They have little or no personal karma and possess incredible gifts and intuitive abilities. Golden children are born with a very clear mission. Many remember it from a young age. That's when it's pure, right? And begin answering and sharing it early in life. Due to their unique intelligence, because you are intelligent, Gemini, my goodness, they may find themselves easily bored at school. Sound familiar? Most have never incarnated on Earth before, and so if they're not supported in the right ways, they struggle with physical life here. They're often referred to as the new humans. How can you treat yourself or others more tenderly? So, that's an interesting, beautiful message, but more predominantly, it's about loving your gifts, loving your inner child, and holding on to that and having fun and laughing and enjoying life, and in the midst of all chaos, just remembering you can laugh. You can turn something on TV. You can get a joke book, right, to make you laugh, because it's one of the healthiest things you can do. It's extremely healing, and you always feel better after, right? So I love that for you. And like I said, I have not picked that before. That's pretty special to me. And so the final message is your beautiful super attractor manifestation message. And this is about feeling the life into existence that we want, because we can do that. And it's clearly said that you are some of the few rare, beautiful incarnates that came in with this gift, and you can do what you choose to do at any time. And that's pretty special. So your beautiful message in closing for today is, love this one. This comes up quite a bit. So Spirit really wants a lot of people to know this. I thought they were on my head. I recently got this. It's pretty cool. I am kind and loving towards others while creating clear boundaries that protect my good feeling emotions. So important to have boundaries. Still learning that, and it's good. And it does protect you. But I always put that over, that protection, whatever you do. I have a beautiful golden sheath of protection, for before I do my massages, or just in general. Because, those boundaries are important, boy. And you don't want to disrupt those good feeling emotions. And when you put those out, that comes back and it just ripples and continues, And then the life that you're wanting is being created in every moment. So I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope you like this. I hope you resonate right now. But do give it some time. And come on back, be a part of my tribe. I would love that. So until next time, take good care. Thank you, and bye for now.